welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be picking my February TBR, and I'm going to be using my TBR jar to pick 6 prompts, and then I'm going to choose 6 books. With those 6 prompts, you know how it works. I have to say that I definitely failed on completing my January TBR. I only read 2 books out of the 6 that I picked last month, but this month I really want to try to complete a TBR. I haven't done that in months, so let's see what we get. Let's hope that we get good books and that I'm able to finish this TBR. So let's pick the first prompt. Okay, so the first prompt is a new author. Okay, that's pretty easy. I have a lot of new authors to me on my shelf, so let me look at some options. Okay, so I have a few options here. The first one is The Right Move. I haven't read anything by this author, and since it is a romance and Valentine's Day is coming up, I feel like this would be a cute read for February. This one is a sports series and it follows a group of friends. Each book is like a different couple, and I'm not planning on reading the first book because the reviews are just awful, and I know myself and I know that I'm not gonna like it, so I'm gonna start with the second book. I also have This Is How You Lose a Time War, and you have these 2 entities that are in the middle of the war, and I think they're both in different time periods, and they're basically sending letters to each other through time. And I've been interested in this book for a few years now. It's also very short and it's on my winter TBR, so I should pick this one just to, you know, complete my winter TBR. Actually, the other 2 books are on my winter TBR, so I should probably pick one of these last 3. So the third option is One Dark Window. This one follows a character that has kind of a demon-like voice in her head, because I think there was a plague-like disease going on in her village, and so everyone who was sick died or was killed because they were sick, and so she got sick but no one knew, and now she has a voice in her head. And I know that in this book the magical stuff comes from cards, and so she's gonna go on like a mission to find all of the cards, and that's as much as I know. But I know that this is very like gothic, so I feel like gothic books are perfect for the winter. It's just like very foggy, very gray, so I feel like this is also a big contender. And my last option is A Dowry of Blood. This is also a gothic book, and in this book you follow Dracula's first wife, and I think this is basically like a sapphic vampire gothic book, which sounds amazing. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. I know that I'm not gonna pick this one. I have decided I'm not picking this one because these 3 are on my winter TBR, so I should probably prioritize that while we're still in winter. So I'm gonna put this one back. Okay, so between these 3, which one do I want to pick? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with A Dowry of Blood. First of all, the paperback, it's like an American paperback. It's just like so floppy. It's so comfortable to hold. It's on my winter TBR, and it's like under 300 pages. So I feel like I could also really like binge this in a few days and just be obsessed with it. And I feel like out of these 3 books, I feel like this is the one that I'm probably gonna like the most. And actually during January, I'm gonna be doing like a wrap up of all the books that I read. But let's just say that I started off with a book that was 4 stars, and I have been giving less and less of a rating to each book that I've read in January. Like my last read was a 2-star book. It's just been going down and going down and going down, so I feel like I need to prioritize books that I think I'm gonna love and that I think could be like 5 stars, because I don't want to get into a reading slump. So we're gonna be choosing A Dowry of Blood. Okay, let's pick our second prompt. Okay, and our second prompt is recently bought. Okay, this is fun. I have recently bought a few books, so let me pull up some options. Okay, so for this one I actually have 3 options. I have another gothic book, which is We Have Always Lived in a Castle. I think this is a classic, and it's a very short one. I think it's like 140 pages or something like that. I have read the first page of this book, and it seems kind of easy to read. It feels a little bit of more like a simple writing instead of those like really complex, really long sentences and with a lot of words that I don't really know what they mean. This one feels a little bit more accessible, and I feel like I need a few short reads because I'm in the middle of Babel, which I'm loving, but I feel like I could use some short reads to get me back into reading and to not feel like I'm slumping. I feel like when I finish books fast, I get like this momentum, and I just love reading books fast. That's the way I get like obsessed with books, so this could be a good option. Then I have Shy Girl. This is on my 26 books for 2026 because this cover, stunning. I have seen some mixed reviews on it lately, but the reviews on Goodreads looked really good, and also the summary just seems really good. I really like reading like books about women going through it because I'm also going through it, so I love seeing my other girlies go through it and just relate to it. This book is about a girl who's lonely, broken, depressed, and has a serious case of OCD, and she's basically in financial ruin, and so she starts going on a sugar dating website and she meets a man, and first it all seems okay, and then it turns into a nightmare of captivity and control, and that's all I want to know. And the length of this book is also perfect for my little reading slump that I'm trying not to fall into. So it's under 350 pages and the chapters are really short, and I just feel like I could love this one. I feel inclined to pick this one up. Okay, and the last option is Night Bitch, which I think is like a horror fiction kind of book, and it's about a woman who just became a woman. She has a newborn son, and one day she looks in the mirror and she's starting to grow like hair, like fur, and I think she starts having like dog instincts and starts growing like canines, and I think she's like turning into a dog. I don't know. I just love stories about women going through it or going a little bit crazy. So this sounds really good, but I do think I'm gonna go with Shy Girl. This just looks so good. I feel like it's gonna be very easy and fast to read. Once again, I think I need to just go with the books that I'm most like yearning for, so I'm gonna add Shy Girl to the TBR. Let's see what the next prompt is. I just want to say, if you're listening to a lot of noise, my neighbor likes to work on cars like 24/7, does not matter the time of day, and I'm tired of waiting for him to stop because usually when he stops it's nighttime and there's no light. So if you can hear him making noise, I'm genuinely so sorry, but there's nothing I can do, unfortunately. So let's carry on with the video. Okay, so the next prompt is start a new series. Okay, I feel like that isn't too hard. Let's see what series I'm interested in starting. Okay, so I have two options for this one. Both of these are on my winter TBR, so reading any of these would be great. So we have One Dark Window again, and I also have Beartown, which was in my January TBR and I didn't get to it, and I have been putting this one off for so long because I wanted to read it during the winter. This to me is a winter book. Like, I need to read it during the winter. It's about a town who loves hockey. Like, their hockey team is like the biggest deal to them, and they have a big game coming up, and I think the day before the game something really bad happens, and so I think the whole town is just like trying to deal with what happened. I'm not really sure, but this one just sounds really good. I love Frederick Buckman's writing. It's like peak winter right now, so I feel like I should choose this one. So I'm gonna be adding Beartown to my TBR. Okay, let's pick the fourth prompt. I would like to put a romance in here because Valentine's Day is coming up, so I feel like I should put a little bit of romance into my TBR. So let's see what the TBR jar gives us. The fourth prompt is flower on the cover. Okay. Oh. Okay, we have a flower on the cover. Okay, so I have a few other books that have flowers on the cover. However, I just don't really feel like reading them right now, and I don't want to pick books that I don't feel like reading because I'm trying to not fall into a reading slump. So I think I need to go with my gut here and pick The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've been wanting to read this for so long. This is also on my winter TBR, and I really want to read this so that I can also read Bury Our Bones in Midnight Soil because I want to read this first. I've been wanting to read both of these books for so long. This one is about a girl who makes a deal with the devil to become immortal, and in doing that she basically becomes invisible, and so when she talks to someone, the minute that they turn their head they forget about her until one day she meets someone who remembers her. And I know that there's like a subplot of romance here, and I also know that people bawl their eyes out at the end of this book, and I love doing that. That's what I love most in books. I love when they leave me completely devastated. So I'm very excited to read this, and I've had this on my TBR for so long. I just need to do it. Okay, so even though our TBR looks amazing right now, I know myself and I need to pick a romance, and so let's hope that my next prompt lets me pick a romance. Okay, so our next prompt is a pink cover. This couldn't have been more perfect. Okay, I took a little break because there was a lot of noise going on, but there's still noise going on, and I need to finish filming this before it goes dark. So I'm hoping you can hear a lot of noise, but if you can, I'm genuinely so sorry, but there's nothing I can do. I'm so sorry. So as I was about to say, I have two options for this prompt. I have Love in Other Words, which is like a second chance friends to lovers romance, and I've had this one on my yearly TBR for a few years now. And I also have First Time Color, which is about a single mother whose daughter calls into a radio show that's like a relationship themed show, and she's basically saying that she wants her mother to go back into the dating world, and she basically catches her daughter calling into the show, and I think the whole like moment goes viral, and so it attracts a lot of attention to that show. And so they invite the mother back into the show to help her find love, and she basically starts developing a relationship with the radio host. And I've been wanting to pick this one up because the second book is about to come out, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, let's pick our last prompt. On my TBR for more than 1 year. That's easy. I've had a lot of books on my TBR for a very long time, so I'm really not gonna have a problem with this one. You know what? I don't think I'm actually gonna look for any other options because, as I just said, I've been wanting to read this for a very long time. It sounds like something that I would really like because I love second chance romance, and I've had this for like 2 years or more than that, so I definitely need to read this one. So I'm gonna pick Love in Other Words for a February TBR. And just like that, here we have my February TBR. It looks really good. There's a lot of different genres for me to pick up, so I don't feel like it's gonna be repetitive. I feel like I could have a really great reading month if I read all of these, which I really want to do. I'm really gonna try. I'm tired of not completing my TBR. So in my February TBR, I have A Diary of Blood, Shy Girl, Bear Town, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, First Time Color, and Love in Other Words. I'm very excited about this TBR. I really want to do more reading vlogs, so stay tuned for that. If you want to see what I think about them, subscribe because I'll be back with reviews. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like this video if you did, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Also, I need to show you what my cat looked like the entire video, just laying next to me while I'm choosing my books. If you want to see her, that's my baby. She hates being picked up. Yeah, that's all. Goodbye.